I've been teaching Spanish as a foreign language for Brazilian for over 12 years. One of my main responsibilities as a teacher is to maintain the students' interest during the class. For this, it is necessary to keep in mind the students' profile, their preferences and interests, but without losing focus on the objective of the class. Bringing diversified, innovative, current and dynamic resources helps students feel engaged with the class. To know if the teacher is doing a good job, in this case the measurement can be done using a bar scale with the supervisor observation. The scale can be made with the following parameters and mark how efficient the teacher's performance is being on the scale, but at the same time their contextual performance must be considered. That is, if there is something extra that the teacher is bringing to the class that was not previously aligned at the meetings, but is contributing to the good atmosphere of the class. For example, once a teacher brought fin shoe techniques to the class to make the students, who were restless, calmer. Another responsibility as a teacher is to evaluate the students. Today, the evaluation is constant. We measure the performance, the results, but also the ongoing behavior. We do not base only on the final test anymore. In this topic, measurement is a combination of results and behavior, because undoubtedly, we have to give the students a grade as evaluation, which directly reflects our evaluation as teachers to a certain extent. But at the same time, our effort and behavior around those grades has to be measured as well. In order to be assertive in ratings, we have constant training and practices to avoid or reduce bias. The two main biases that I identify as a teacher are halo effect, because sometimes we think that if the student does not speak correctly in the target language, they are not good as students. And we may be leaving aside the other skills that are also very important and the student can be good at them. The other is leniency bias, because as I'm going to describe in my next responsibility, evaluating with low performance can bring more work for the teacher. So some of them prefer to give sufficiently high grades to avoid the extra effort. At the school, we try to ensure our evaluation have the following qualities. Validity, so that the evaluation is accurate. Reliability, it gives consistency to the measure. And fairness, so that the students know they are being evaluated with fair criteria. Without a doubt, this task is one of the most challenging. Have the student who is underperforming keep up with the others. When we constantly evaluate quantity, numerical evaluation, and quality, behavior in class, we can perceive the deficiencies that a student is having. We can identify faults before they become a problem. In this case, we can say that the job description of the student's performance is the internal regulation of the school. It means fulfilling the tasks, presence in class, extra class activities, etc. To help these students, the teacher evaluation is a combination of results and behavior. Through an action plan created jointly with the teacher and the student, the teacher can monitorize the student's performance in a more personalized way in order to reach the score they need in the course. More experienced teachers will know better how to guide these students. For this, procedural knowledge and contextual performance are an important key. My next responsibility is maintaining students enrolled in a school for the following semester. When the semester is ending, we have to reinforce the accountability. That means that the students perceive how much they have learned and how important it is for them to continue in the course. Nowadays, our performance is measured by how many students we could maintain until the end of the term, and also how many of those students have paid their tuition for the next term. Personally, I do not really like this system because some students have personal issues, and for external reasons that does not depend on me, they leave the course in the middle. This situation is completely out of my control. However, I think the manager should focus on our behavior. For example, how the teacher prepares the material to deliver to the students. If the students are interested during the class time, how teachers provide feedback on how the students are doing and how they can improve their learning. This could be done through a student satisfaction survey, for example. After a few years, I became a supervisor. One of my activities besides teaching is doing placement tests for new students. Talk to the prospect for a few minutes to see which group fits in better. For this task, I think the best way to measure it is by results. It's that if the prospect enrolls or not.